Press conference. I'll introduce to you the Vice Chair of our National Selections Board, Veska Kangogo. Of course, you're all now familiar with the man of the moment, Andrew Musangi, and our Vice Chair, Mr. David Morade, has kindly joined us this evening. We've all been having various meetings, strategy meetings, to do with the management of the logistics that we need going forward. We want to take this opportunity especially to thank our party supporters, our party aspirants for the patience that they have exhibited so far, and they have waited patiently for some information from us. As you know, that His Excellency the President addressed this same matter this morning, and in that particular press event he did promise that by the end of the day we should be able to come up with a timetable. We have come up with that timetable. I can read the timetable. It's very long, so the best thing I think is just to mention the highlights, and then we'd ask you to go onto our website because it's been posted there, and if any of you require a copy of the press release, then you should be able to get one. We are going to continue with the primaries on 24th, 25th and 26th. We have divided it just to reduce the pressure on our logisticians who have asked for more time to be able to do this. So Nairobi is definitely taking place on Monday. Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet, Kirinyaga, Bomet and Nandi. Mentioning those in total so that those who are preparing themselves for Monday can continue to make those preparations. The others are slated for Tuesday and Wednesday, and I would like to also add that because our people in charge of logistics are still working on this, in the unlikely event that they tell us anything that, there's any kind of hitch, like let's say some ballot papers, they have counted them and they are not enough, we don't want to make the same mistake twice. So if they tell us, sorry, we're not ready for this place, we will give the update to all our aspirants through the media, and we'll give the update to our officials both through the media and directly through the forms of communication that we have directly with them. So while I've announced it, but I must say that the final word, the final dot on the I, is by our logistics director, because he is the one who is supervising the packing. If he makes a mistake of ballot papers not arriving enough, then his head will be in the chopping block. Now, if he tells us no, I'm not ready, then again we'll have to respect the opinions of that logistician. We like to take this opportunity also to urge all our aspirants and elected officials at the national, county and constituency level to take note of this new timetable, and please do visit the party website where this is being posted in the next few minutes. And we also have established some hotlines that anybody who feels that they want to get some basic information, they can always call the hotlines and they'll get updated. I want to thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for your patience throughout the day. And I once again take this opportunity to thank our aspirants, and also to apologize once again for all the inconveniences that have been caused by this particular challenge that we face. Just tell them once again that we're doing our best to ensure that this activity goes on smoothly going forward. I think I'll invite questions, and may ask the chairman of the NEB if he has any specific issues that you want to add, or we'll wait for the questions.
I think we'll field the questions as they come.
Yeah, I'm just getting some advice from the Vice Chair, that maybe it wouldn't hurt just to say the names, because if I can say Tuesday, we have Lamu, Wajir, Mandera, Marsabit, Turkana, Samburu, Kilifi, Tana River, Mombasa, Kitui, Machakos, Makueni, Kakamega, Vihiga, Bungoma, Busia, Homa Bay, Migori, Kwale, Garissa, Nyamira, Isiolo, Kisii, Kajiado, Kericho, Murang'a, Kiambu, and Uasin Gishu. Then most of the earlier planned nominations, which were already slated for that day, we've kept them there, but we've added a few more of the repeats. Now on Wednesday, we have Nyeri, Laikipia, Embu, Taita Taveta, Nyandarua, Narok, Nakuru, Meru, Tharaka Nithi, West Pokot, and Trans Nzoia. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Now, the lady first. Yes, Jackie.
What's different in the ballot papers that will be sent to the press, because there are a number of concerns from aspirants that now this one for yesterday's exercise are already out there and people saw them. And secondly, the president had spoken of a backup plan, saying he has confidence in your team. What is this backup plan to ensure that this process goes smoothly?
On the features that we may have put on the ballot papers and the procedures that will be followed, we think they are robust enough. But Kenyans being so creative, if I tell you on television, probably they'll crack it. Yeah?
The backup plan?
The president's reference at that point in terms of backup plan was to deploy additional resources to the headquarters. Now the backup is really a support group that we're working with, because as we deploy to these counties, you still realize we're facing a very heavy exercise. So what we did was secure further support from the party to ensure that we have more boots on the ground, because this wasn't just about ballot paper. It was also that when you look at what the president said about the unprecedented turnout, one of the biggest things you have to address when you're dealing with that much of a heavy turnout is it's an election-sized project. So you must also have an election-sized staff complement. So that's the backup.
And also, just to mention out of interest, you see, the logistics, where we had given it to one or two companies to be responsible for transport, and they gave all the promises that this will be done. Now we have commissioned more transport companies to be responsible for this. We didn't want to apportion blame, but we have just made it more robust. Yes?
Nikiongezea kwa swali hilo la Maribe kuhusu karatasi hizo, baadhi ya wagombea walikuwa wanasema sharti mojawapo ya masuala ambayo wanataka muangalie ni kwa karatasi hizo zisiwe zinafanana rangi na zile ambazo ziko hapo, maana anasema kuna hofu kwa pengine wengine wameficha, zingine watazitoa siku hizo. Na kadhalika kuna wale pia wanasema wale waliosimamia uchaguzi huu, je, kuna mpango wa kufanya very sharp?
Those who were running in this election? No. In fact, in terms of staff, what has happened is in some cases there'll be redeployment, and that has been based on intelligence received. In terms of the ballot papers, I assure you they're different. So that's about all we shall say at this gathering. Yes.
Or do you want us to tell you whether they are blue or green or something like that? No. They're different.
The gentleman here. The gentleman.
Just joking. It's different.
My name is Edward Gavati from KBC. There's a question that so many aspirants and party members will be asking. Which list is going to be used? The IGBC list or the party list?
Okay. Just as before, we're still using the party list with a backup, and some people told us about IBC registers. Remember, the only old register in existence is the 2013 register. We have to work with both. There is no political party that has any different register in terms of any information from IBC. We'll have to work with both. And remember that this becomes a uniform guide across the party. So we still have confidence in that register. The gentleman here.
My name is Geoffrey Musso from the Standard. I wanted to know, part of the problem you faced yesterday was insufficient number of ballot papers. And specifically, how many did you print yesterday and how many are you going to print for Monday's exercise? Total, country.
Okay. I don't want to give you a specific number about Monday, and we knew this question would come, but put it this way, we have now gone for wholesale coverage of our register. There's no question of proportionality now. We discarded proportionality when we saw what we saw yesterday. Just looking at the crowds, if I'm to hazard a guess, for example, in a place like Kiambu, I think I saw 90% of Kiambu on the ground. So there's no point telling you I'm doing 98 or I'm guessing. Since it was only a visual examination of Kiambu compared to the last elections we witnessed in Kiambu, if that is anything to be a case study, we just have to go for wholesale coverage of the entire register.
My name is Champion from K24. Part of the inefficiencies you experienced yesterday were attributed to some of the staff. Reports out there that there are some staff that could have been shown the job. Is this the case? Are there any individuals who have been sent packing for what happened yesterday?
No, no. You know, when there's a crisis,